Hello, my name is Bryan. I work with Atlantic Tractor. I'm out of the Clayton, Delaware store. I am currently their IS manager for the technology department. Been there 29 years and I'm very familiar with the farming operations on the shore. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the software updates and the strategies we do to deal with those. When technology first hit the customers, software updates were relatively simple and customers would do them themselves with little or no issues. As technology has changed in the last 5 or 6 years, software compatibility with different controllers on equipment has become much more of a challenge, and we as a dealership are trying to return that job of doing that to our dealership employees to simply eradicate all of the issues we have with customers doing that. There's a lot of compatibility issues between controllers on equipment like planters and air seeders and things of that nature that can cause us some trouble if the customer is unaware of what he is accomplishing. So with our services, we now include that as a service, doing the software updates, and while we're on the farm, we validate the software in the customer's equipment to make sure during the next planting season or harvest season he does not have an issue with that. Okay, so unless a customer has a need for that software update to fix a problem right away, we actually wait a while when the software update comes out to give it a chance to validate that it's okay, that there's no issues with it. We also read all the release notes with the software to see why John Deere has come out with that software and what it's supposed to address. A lot of times the software has to do with a latest piece of equipment that's been released that's not relevant to the farmer. So we'll look at that information and decide whether the software update needs to be done or not. We have noticed that we don't want displays and receivers getting very old on software, but it's very common for us to have a version 1 or 2 back for the customer and feel confident with that scenario that we don't create any issues. Yes, the first challenge, of course, is you do a software update, and most of our services that reside around technology, we're proactive and try to do them prior to the piece of equipment hitting the field. So a lot of times you don't know that you've created a problem with a software update until a month later when the machine is actually in the field doing its job. And then once that happens, you have to determine if the software caused the problem or it's an operator error or a setup issue. So you have to be real aggressive on the customer's complaint, especially if you hear of multiple complaints from different customers that you deal with that may have done the software update.